Well, things are definitely shaping up here on the homestead. Look at these paths, look at these beautiful custom trees, and look at that well. Hey everybody, Gigglebot here, and welcome back to another episode of The Homestead. This is episode number 4, and clearly I've been a busy bot once again, doing some custom terraforming over here. I got these paths in, all these fence posts with lanterns, and I bone mealed the place up. I think it's looking pretty nice. Also, these custom trees took me way longer than they should have. But yeah, look at this beautiful place. To be quite honest though, of all of the things here, I'm most proud of this well. Just because of this right here. It looks like a little pulley system, and there's a rope going down into the bucket. And you probably can figure it out by the way the lead is moving there. But I have a chicken. I have a renamed chicken down here. This is, yep. This is Chicken Tender. Who is my lead master here, making this rope look all nice. And sometimes it disappears, but if you reload, it looks okay. But yes, this has been my project off camera. I've also done a little bit of nether work. I built a portal over at that village that we found last episode, and I linked it up to this portal that I have down here, and I think we're about ready to bring villagers over and have them occupy this little house that I have here. Now, I was thinking, between episodes, that originally I was going to build a raid farm over here at this pillager outpost, but I don't think that I have enough space to do that. I think it would get awfully close to my house over here, my ranch and everything. So instead, in my infinite robotic wisdom, I've decided to make it a jail. It's going to be the county jail. So we need a name for the town that I'm going to build, but we also need a name of the county called the Giggle County Jail or something like that. So guys, let me know down in the comments, what should we call this place? Because it really could use a name. Now, I think the best place to start this episode is figuring out how to contain these guys. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be building up the entire prison right now, but I definitely want to take down their stronghold and find a way to build a wall around their spawn points here so that they can't get out and terrorize my villagers that I plan on having over here. So let's do that. Now, I figured the best way to show this process would be in the form of a third-person time-lapse, my very first one, yay! Now, unfortunately, I didn't have enough materials to make any armor at all, not even iron. So, unfortunately, I did die a couple of times during this process, but it's not a big deal. This did take about, 3 or 4 hours to fully complete because I didn't have any armor or anything like that, so I probably should have taken the time to actually find some iron or whatever before I started this, but that's okay. I got it done in the end, and it made for a really, really nice time lapse. Now, once I finished taking this whole thing down, I filled the thing up with dirt and everything, and I started building a wall all the way around, and this took several stacks of cobblestone walls. But in the end, I think it did okay. And done. All right, that should contain all the This wall certainly isn't pretty, but it'll definitely do the job. So I think, assuming that we don't have any critical errors that I missed here, we might be able to start bringing villagers over, which is super exciting. So I might bring a couple over, just a couple test villagers, and keep them in my little area over there. And if they don't die, if everything ends up okay, then I'll bring a few more over and we'll start ourselves a town. Now, I tend to have a really hard time getting villagers out of boats without punching them. So I almost always leave my hitboxes on. You can do that with F3 and B if you didn't know. But then I know I can stand right here, and if I do end up, throwing a stray punch, it won't hurt him. So let's, oh, nope, I hit him anyway. That's awesome. So this guy's gonna hate me. That's cool. I guess I won't be trading with him. Now, unfortunately, at this stage of the game, I don't have access to Silk Touch, which means I don't have access to ice, which means I can't make ice pathways. So this is gonna take quite a while. I'll see you guys in about 6 hours. Okay, so I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that it's not 6 hours later. The bad news is that it's actually 8 hours later. My goodness. So I made a fatal flaw in that my nether portal is down here. And I had to get the villagers all the way up to my front door, which required a lot of renovation, and I put it all back. And then when he got here, he decided to be a leather worker, and then, whatever this does. And then I had to create a very specific path using slabs, and I did this all the way down the line until it made it to the front door of that house. Okay? And I got one there, and I was like, great, I can go grab the second one. And I come back with the second one, and the first one had been shot by a skeleton because I didn't properly light up the house. I need a minute. I need a minute. Okay, and I'm back. I've had a cup of tea and I've been able to relax just a little bit. And I thought I'd introduce you to my new cowhands here. This is Cy the Pie Guy. He's named such because he sells pies and for no other reason. And this is Joe Tato. For no reason at all. I just thought it'd be a fun name. He doesn't even sell potatoes, at least not yet. But yeah, these are my two guys here, and they are officially farmers. I have traded with them, and I've locked their trades so they won't be adhering to any of my other workstations, so like this grindstone or this cauldron or my smokers in my house or anything like that. They are now officially full-blown farmers, which means now I can do the interior and then subsequently the exterior of their house. Now, last time, I didn't really show you my process. I just sort of did it and then came back. But this time I think I'll show you at least the highlights of sort of my thought process that goes into these things, because right now, like, I don't really have a plan or anything like that. I just know that I want to do an interior, and that's about it. So I'm going to gather a few materials real quick, and then we will run through that process. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay, so let's get started here. Now, I usually like to start my interiors by doing shelving and the like, and then, going on to finer details from there. So I have with me planks, stairs, trapdoors, fences, and slabs of several different kinds of wood, as well as a bunch of cobblestone-related items, and then a few detail blocks like crafting tables, smokers, furnaces, and bookshelves, just because those are full blocks and not necessarily small detail blocks. They tend to be part of the structural integrity of some of the shelving and things that we put in. So, yeah, this is usually where I start, with an inventory something like this, and typically I carry around a shulker box that looks something like this, but we're too early in the game for me to have those yet. I mean, come on, I'm not even wearing armor. So, yeah, I'm going to get started. I think I'm going to start in the bedrooms. I kind of want the bedrooms to be not exactly identical, but very similar. So, I think this spot right here, above this under window here, has some great space for a shelf. And I think I want to match the color of the wall here. So I'm going to put some spruce stairs right about here, just like that. Actually, I don't really like that too much. I think I may put some dark oak there, which unfortunately I don't have with me. Let me just try birch real quick and see how that looks. That's a little better. I'll leave this like this for now, and I'll try the dark oak in the other bedroom, just so that I can compare them side by side. Now, I'm going to give each villager in here a crafting table, a furnace, and a chest, just because that's, more individual personal items. So let me get those. Cool. And I'm just gonna crafting table, furnace, and I'll put the chest right by their bed, like a little nightstand drawer or something like that. And then I'll do the same in the other room. Just I actually have this guy's workstation here. The other guy, I put his workstation out here in my wheat field back here, but I don't think he's found it yet. He's just kind of been wandering, but that's okay. I'll let him do whatever he wants as long as he stays a farmer, because I don't really need these villagers to serve any kind of purpose. I just want them to be there, be my cow hands, so I don't get lonely. So I'll put my furnace and my crafting table and my chest right over here, and that automatically frees up a lot of space in my inventory. So I'm going to come back over to this room because this is going to kind of be our model to do the other one. And there's not a whole lot more I could do in here. Maybe add a couple bookshelves. Maybe. I don't want this room to feel too cramped, because this is kind of the only personal space that this one villager gets. So I don't want to ruin that for him. So let me just put a bookshelf maybe here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I'll put some oak stairs on top. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Yeah. And then maybe, I don't know, stairs there. Yeah, it looks cool. And then I'll move this this chest over one. There we go. Cool. Yeah, I like that. Pretty neat. Let me put a slab, or maybe no, let's put some oak trap doors right there. And right there. And there we have a freestyle little bookshelf thingy there. And I may change up the way it looks on the other side, because like I said, I don't want these to be exactly identical. You know, I want it to look like these villagers have their own like individual personalities. So that's not like exactly the same. It's going to be laid out a little bit differently. So yeah, I think this is, other than like putting like detail blocks on top of these things, I think that's about all the decoration I want to do in here. So let me get my dark oak and try it out on the other side, and then, you know, put these details up in there, and I'll see what I think. All right, so I'm back, and I have a second shelf design here made out of the dark oak, using a slab in the middle instead of the stair. I think that's more shelf-like as opposed to just looking like a bunch of upside-down stairs there. And then I can put, like, I don't know, I can put a bookshelf there, or flower pots, or whatever else. And then this is the bookshelf design that I have for this guy. It's pretty cool looking. Only problem is this table here is made, of course, with a fence and pressure plate on top. Classic table design. But if you step on the pressure plate, like I'm failing to do, look at that. It it activates this trapdoor. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's just a little aesthetic thing. But yeah. So yeah, I think the interior of these rooms is looking pretty cool. In fact, I'm going to switch the chest and the bed, just because it feels like you're bonking your head if you lay in the bed right here. So yeah, that looks cool, and I'll do that on the other side. But now let's focus on this common area here. I think I have an idea for what I want to do. You'll notice that I didn't put any windows or anything on this back wall here, and that was on purpose. I want to put like a kitchen here, very similar to the kitchen that I have in my own house, you know, with like the range and the stovetop and things like that. But it's going to be a little bit different. I don't know how yet. I'll just kind of freeform it. But yeah, I just kind of want to do my thing. Now, in my house, my kitchen is made out of cobblestone. My kitchen counters and everything are made out of cobblestone, which logistically would make sense because, you know, it's burn-proof, whatever. But this is a Minecraft, and I don't plan on having any actual fires in here. The closest thing to a fire that I'm going to get is a campfire, which doesn't actually spread fire. So, what I may do is make my countertops out of oak wood here, because that's what my floor is made out of, stripped oak wood. So, you know, having something like this going on, get my slabs, boom, and then let me put a temporary thing here, and boom, and we've got ourselves a countertop. And then you can put, I have a couple smokers here that you can put boom, just like that. And, you know, you've already got the starts to a kitchen. Obviously, like, it's not super built up yet, but it will be what it will be. Now, this whole place here isn't gonna be kitchen. I'm gonna have this front area here, like facing the windows and everything, be like, you know, seating, and like maybe a dining table here and stuff like that. So I am going to build those things up real quick, and I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, the basic furniture is in. Let's take a look at what we've done here. So, if I can actually get in the door, I have some nice rustic looking couches here. They don't look too particularly comfortable, but they do look stylish, and I really like these. We've got a nice birch dining table here. And this is the kitchen. Now, none of this is really completely finished yet. I do plan on putting, like, you know, fork and knife or like a candlelight or some cups or something right here on this table. And also like some cabinets and stuff up here and like the campfire under here. But like I said, the finer details are coming a little bit later. I don't think I've touched these rooms. Yeah, I haven't touched these rooms. So yeah, the finer details. So things like item frames and flower pots and the smaller things, that's what we're gonna do next, and that's what's really gonna bring this place to life. So like obviously, you know, this looks much better than it did when it was completely empty, but I still think that we can take this another step. So I'm gonna grab a bunch of item frames and flower pots and whatever else I can find, and we're going to completely finish this place off. It'll look super nice, and the villagers are gonna love it. All right, so I've got a few little materials here, and let's spice this place up a little bit. So I'm gonna start on the dining table here and put a couple of item frames down on either side here, as well as a torch, of which I have several apparently, and I've made some stone tools here. So let me just switch these over real quick, and we got a knife, boom, and a spoon, boom. Unfortunately, I can't add a fork unless if I have a trident, but you know, that's on down the line. A knife and a spoon is close enough. So that's cool. We got a nice little candlelit dinner here. We can even add cups, which are flower pots, just boom, boom. And since it is two people living here, these chairs are really more for decoration than anything else. Yeah, so let me come over to the kitchen. Now the kitchen, obviously, you know, we can do what we did in our house back there, which is to take these out and put in some campfires. A couple of campfires, boom, boom. Put these smokers back on top. And then put these detector rails on top of there as kind of like eyes, like stove eyes or something like that. And there we go. And we've got like our range here and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Now, right now, you can't really tell that these are supposed to be cabinets. And there's a pretty classic build hack for that, which I'm sure you're all familiar with already, but I'm going to do it anyway, which is to put item frames where you want your cabinets to be, and then trap doors and move them over like this. So now they look like handles and doors. This also works with slabs, but I prefer the trap doors myself. But do whatever makes you happy. There we go. And there we go. So now it looks a little bit more like cabinets with little door handles and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Let me put a flower pot right here. It's kind of like a cup, like a measuring cup or whatever. Pretty cool stuff. I'm going to come in here and come on top of this and just put a flower pot and a cornflower. And isn't that nice? And I'll do the same over here. I haven't changed this guy's shelving here because I'm not really sure which one I like better. So you guys let me know down in the comments which wood style do you like better for the shelves? Do you like the birch or the dark oak that I have back over there? Either way works for me. But for now, I'm just gonna put this here, and I'm actually gonna give him an azure bluette. Boom, there we go. Cool stuff. So those are the finer details put on. Let me grab some paintings. Those are item frames. Paintings, there we go, and that's scary. We don't want that. There we go. The ridiculous little girl with her pig. One of my favorite paintings in the entire game. And we'll put another painting over here, maybe a smaller one this time. So let me grab some blocks and just... Oop. Okay, there we go. How very nice. And if we wanted to, which we do, we can take some glowstone and come back behind the painting. Maybe right here looks good. Boom. Actually, let's take this out right here. Dig this out, put in a piece of glowstone, and put a painting here. Replace the cobblestone here. And put the painting here. That way you have some nice hidden light right here. And of course, you know, you can hide it behind like this bookshelf as well. No one's ever gonna know. Wow, it really likes that one painting. There we go. Now, one final thing regarding the interior is that you may have noticed that there's quite a bit of torch spam going on. Now, I do love a well-lit build. You know, it helps you see and keeps the monsters out, two very good advantages of having good lighting. But I don't like torch spam, as I mentioned several times already. So I am going to go around and place trapdoors like this, except for one lower on this particular instance. Actually, no, the height it was at was good. So trapdoors right here and here and all over the build. Just put trapdoors down like this. Oh, actually, wait a second. I did it wrong once again. You want it so that when it's flat, the bottom side is facing, or when it's open, you've got the bottom side of it, so it's not up like that, and you want it to be down like that. I'll get it right eventually. So once you've got trapdoors littered around your build like this, you're gonna take some lanterns and shift click and place them on the underside of those trapdoors just like that. That way they can hang from the trapdoors. Otherwise, you couldn't just place them down on the walls like you can torches. So you have to have kind of a workaround. You can do this with any block over top of it, but I prefer to do it with trapdoors just because it looks kind of classy. Looks pretty nice. And make sure you're shift clicking, otherwise you're just going to be doing that. So shift click, and there you go. Got some lanterns in there. Now the last thing I want to do is put a chandelier right here just above this table because, I mean, let's face it, dining room tables look a lot fancier with chandeliers. Plus it discourages people jumping up on the table. So I'm going to put a piece of glowstone, boom, right there. And let's see, just something basic. And glowstone is horrendously ugly, so I'm gonna take another trapdoor and just slap that on the bottom like that. There we go. We got ourselves a little chandelier. We got some lighting in our build. It may look a little tacky. I may go back and redo some of it, but it looks okay for now. I'll add a little bit of lighting in here, and then we will be done with the interior completely. Now, I don't want to focus on the exterior too terribly much this episode. I may do that in between. But I did want to do one last thing, which is add a chimney. Because now we have our stove top here. It's producing smoke. And it would be kind of weird for us to not have any place for that smoke to go. I know this is Minecraft and that doesn't matter, but hey, slight realism is still fun. So we know where our fireplace is. It's pretty much directly across from the door, so like right in the middle and then one block over. So I am going to put the fireplace, or the chimney rather, up here. Now, I don't want to make it out of cobblestone like I did over here. Instead, I'm going to be taking a note from the logs that I have over here and make it out of brick and also a little bit of polished granite as well. Just because those two resources go really well together, and also the more polished granite you use, the less brick you use, because let's face it, brick is kind of weird to come by. So, almost made it there. There we go. All right, so come to the dead center here. All right, dead center, come up and about. Oh, we'll call it here. Oh, we were one off. Here, there we go. Let's just put that right back. All right, and then yeah, I'll start with 2 blocks here. So there we go, like that and that, and I'll get out my stuff here. So get my bricks, just put 2 blocks up like this, and then I'm gonna cap this off with some brick walls like that, and then come up a couple more, boom, 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 and then put a hay bale, boom, encase that in trap doors, like so, like so, like so, and then put a temporary block and encase that in trapdoors, like so, like so, like so, like so, and then take that out and put your campfire. There we go. The purpose of the hay bale is to get those smoke particles way high so I can see this from anywhere I want to. Now this is gonna hurt. Ooh, that's the stuff. But hey, that looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. So now I'm gonna replace some of these bricks here with that polished granite that I had. Just take a couple of them out here. Boom. Even if I didn't want to save on bricks, which obviously I didn't have to, just having this texture break up is a nice thing to do, just like I did with the cobblestone and the polished andesite here. Doing that with the bricks and the polished granite is just a good way of keeping things fresh, keeping things funky. So now we have that. Let's see how it looks from back here. I think that looks pretty darn nice. Yeah, that's a good looking chimney. Now, like I said, I'll work on the exterior of this house in between episodes. It doesn't look too bad as is, but I just want to add a little bit of detail. It looks kind of boring and plain right now. But anyways, guys, that's about all the time that I have for today. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, then please kindly thank the like button. It has a really hard job getting smashed and destroyed by other YouTubers' fans, so make sure you give it a nice thank down there, and it really helps the channel out if you do. If you really enjoyed this video, then please give me a subscribe, as I do upload content like this on the regular every Wednesday and Sunday. Ooh. But anyways, guys, this has been Gigglebot, and I'll see you next time.